Hey everyone, this is Ezra, and I'm going to be doing a replay analysis request from Reddit user Giantpoll1. For this game, he's playing mid Shadowfiend, and what he wants to learn how to do is get the most out of his lane, and when to rotate, and just general mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and just look at your Dota buff here for a minute, and I can see that you have some pretty decent last hits. Not so much from your other two cores though, but you definitely have good last hits. The Silver Edge is a really good buy. It really counters Bristleback really well, and I guess like since it stops him from using his Essence Shift, you also went Hurricane Pike. I guess to what for the Tusk. I guess that's fine too. And against like Bristleback, if he's chasing you down, yeah, those are actually pretty decent buys. You also have standard stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at your replay right now, right? So let's go and get this started. Alright, so you start off with two tangos, two shared tangos, Wraithband, Iron Branch, and a Fairy Fire. Okay, those are pretty good buys. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing too particular about this. Alright, and you're circling yourself. So I can see that your allies are gonna go ahead and try to steal this rune. I'm guessing they also want to fight for that lane, but you don't really care too much about that because you don't go and block your lane. You let your allies do them. Okay, so my initial thought for this would be like that Necrophos is gonna go mid. If it's not him mid, who is it? It's a Slark. Okay, so it's a Slark mid. Okay, so did you look at his items? I'm not sure if you did. Let me go ahead and take a look at that. I want to see if you did. Because that's actually really important for a player. Oh no, you just right clicked him. Alright, so right off the bat, whenever you see your opponent mid, this is what you need to do is look at their items. You'll notice that he has a South Shield and Pulling Blade and a Tango. A set of Tango. So because he doesn't have I'm sorry, Poor Man Shield, PMS, that means you should be able to right click him a lot and not be afraid of it. Because the damage mitigation is just small anyways. Yeah, you're doing a really good job right now. You're definitely harassing him as much as you can, and he's actually always going back to use his Tanga. So this is a part where you should be able to dominate him in the last hitting right now. You have 6 souls, you have 45 or 47 plus 19, that's about like what, 66 right click damage versus 59. So even with his Pulling Blade, you should still be able to rival him in last hitting. And right here you have the creep equilibrium in your favor right now, and you have Shadow Rays. So this is definitely where you want to go ahead and you can definitely right click him and Shadow Rays. I noticed you leveled up Necromancy. I think that's a mistake right here, definitely. If you really want to get the most out of this lane, or if you want to harass him a lot more, a lot better, a lot easier, you definitely go for 2 levels in Shadow Rays. You actually just max your Shadow Rays first before your Necromastery. Yeah, cause see right here, if you had like 2 levels of Rays right here, you could easily right click him, raise, right click him, raise. That's all you would need to do. And because Shadow Rays across all levels is always 90 mana, it's definitely a lot more beneficial every time you level up because it's really mana efficient. Like what? 325 damage per 90 mana, 250 per 90 mana, 175 per 90 mana. Yeah, it's really good. Like, the more you level up, the more mana efficient it becomes. Alright, so you're pulling? Okay, that's pretty good. Your mechanics aren't so bad. I noticed that you're also 600 MMR, and it's actually pretty good. With what you do, considering what you do in lane, I definitely think you easily rise above your 600 MMR if you play solo. Yeah, see, this right here is perfect time to raise him. Because Sark has no regen. Look at that. He has no regen. He's up all his tangos. This is the time for you to actually just harass him and do as much as damage as you can. Stop him from staying in your lane. Right click, Shadow Rays. You have a bottle. Don't be afraid to expend mana. You also have your, actually, No, it's not. It's like every what 5 minutes now. Yeah, you have shrine at 5 minutes, but even then you also have runes that you can take to refill your bottle, or because you're in a party, you could also ask your teammates if you can go ahead and ball throw. Yeah, I don't. Well, you got a kill here, which is good, but you definitely could have killed the Slark multiple times without the lion's help, just by using right click raise, and just prevent him from staying in your lane. I'm gonna go back to your player perspective to look at your clicking patterns. Okay, this is good that you will. Alright, I'm gonna pause here for a second to discuss something. Alright, so generally what you want to do, like, you're fine in your lane, there's no one in your lane. What you need to be doing also, if you really want to be more optimal in your lane, is looking at the map. Okay, so no one's in your lane, you're just AFK last hitting, whatever, farming. And this is the perfect time for you to just like look around what people have. So what Tusk has clarity, magic stick, quelling blade, he has no TP. Look up here, bristleback, no TP. But the people that are missing are Necrophos and the Nyx. Okay, you can't see them on your map. Yeah, there's no way you don't see them on your map. So this is the time you ask yourself, okay, where the hell are they? And what should I be doing? Well, you have a ward up here at bottom, so you could see some rotations, or, well, actually you can't even see the rotations. You don't really have that much good coverage, but that's not your fault, and that's totally fine. You guys just want to have some rune control by having the ward there. So let's go ahead and continue this right now.
This will do nicely.
Ah, right here. Okay, so this is the perfect time for you to also use your raise. And let me see your level here. Yeah, you keep maxing out your necromastery. You definitely need to max out raise first. Generally, if your opponent comes at you and you have the creep advantage, it probably means that he has other players behind him. Let's see. Yeah, looking, if I go to free camera, fog, radiance. Oh wait, it's been a while since I've done this. Both teams, yeah. So there's a Necrophos right here, but the Nyx is over here. But he has someone with him, so because of that, you have to be careful at this point too, I guess. Like, I mean, you're already here. This is the part where you just shadow raise him. Don't be afraid. And if he does have people right next to him, you're already in a bad spot because he can pounce on you now. So you might as well do as much damage as you can. Like, these are the small things that you probably have to look into when you're playing mid against opponents. You definitely have to look at like how they're reacting, because they're not robots, right? Like, if they're being harassed, like, they're gonna back off. It's very noticeable. And if they have someone next to them, it's also very noticeable, especially at around this bracket, because they're gonna play aggressive. They're gonna think, oh, I have someone next to me, I'm gonna go in for a kill. But you're gonna know better, because if you looked around the map, you would see that there's only 2 heroes. Before he even showed up, there's only 2 heroes on the map. So that means Necrophos and Nyx are missing. And that's when you have to play careful. Sorry, someone go ahead. Yeah, see, he already pounced on you. And you're gonna live here, which is really good, actually. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and salve up. And you also have a lot of mana, too. Yeah, you definitely could have put Slark below half his HP had you noticed that he was there, and you could have just raised. But more importantly, he was gonna go and try to be aggressive. Alright, so right here. Okay, so you talked about you wanna general mistakes and how to get the most out of your lane. I also want to discuss something about spells. The use of spells is really important here, because you want to be able to get the most out of your spells. Okay, well, what I mean by that is every time you expand use up spells, alright, you use up mana, alright, so to get the most out of them, especially ones that do AoE, you want to be able to get your opponent in those raises, and at the same time get CS. Look at this point right here, look at this part right here, alright, so Slark is really close to his range creeps, right? You could easily just right click that range creep and use medium shadow raise, and he's gonna get hit, alright? Not only do you get gold, he loses health, alright, and you get souls too, I think. No, you're already at max souls. Yeah, and you already get like well, if let's say you didn't have much souls, you get souls. You already get the advantage there. Like, even if he has like more creeps than you, you have the ability to creep clear. because of your shadow raises. But I'm gonna see if you go ahead and do that. You don't.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I mean, that's
attack.
fine. I guess you're just learning. Alright, that's good right there. You see that? You see what I'm saying? Alright, so not only did you damage creeps, and I think you killed that other creep too, but you also lower his health. And if you look at his level, he's level 5, okay? So you need to be looking at these things too, because this helps you determine and make decisions whether you want to go in for a kill or you just want to stay in the back and just farm. Alright? And if you just want to farm, that's fine too. But if you really do want to get the most out of your lane, you want to take into consideration the use of your spells and how it can benefit you and screw up your opponents. What I also noticed you don't do with your raises is you don't raise right click or right click raise. That's something also you should try doing or practice doing with Shadowfiend. The AoE for the raise is good enough for you to raise, right click, and then use another raise, and that other raise will hit. This is actually kind of dangerous too, because none of them are shown on the map aside from Necros. Okay, well Nyx is now. Nyx, but before that it was what, like Necrophos and just Bristleback? And I'm not sure where Tusk is at, but since you're in a party, you should ask your teammates for some help. Oh, see, this is what I was talking. Okay. So while we're in the discussion of warding, okay, I also want to talk about awareness right here. So, let me pause this. Okay, you have the level advantage. If you look at Slark, he's still level 5, and thanks to Necrophos for, you know, staying in his lane and stealing some of the XP, it's gonna take him longer to get to level 6. Alright, so at this time you should be thinking, how can I prevent him from last hitting? Okay, because not only do you have the level advantage, you have the life advantage, and he does not. If I look at him, yeah, he has 282. So if you look at how you're positioned right now, you aren't, well, right here you are, but there's gonna be a point where you try to back off and go over here, which is unnecessary, I guess, but it could be that you're thinking that they might come and gank you, they might TP, which is fine, I understand that completely, and you would be right to think that. But you also have the most levels out of everyone on their team, okay? And you're in a party, so I'm hoping that your teammates have TPs. They actually don't. Oh, yeah, you would actually be really screwed then. But neither do their team also have TPs. Except Slark, because he had the TP mid. So, then, okay, well, you probably didn't have the information. But generally, what you want to do is, because you have the life advantage, you have the level advantage, and your opponent doesn't, you want to stay in your lane, right around melee level, or I'm sorry, melee range, where my mouse is at, okay? Right around there, okay? And if Slark shows up, all you gotta do is right click and raise, right? But because you're like moving all the way over here, I can't, it'd be so much easier if I could actually draw something out. I don't like this replay thing. Yeah, but because you're moving away from the range, or I'm sorry, the creep, he can go and try to last it. You see this one right here? He's definitely gonna go for that. He's gonna go and last it. But if you really want to make the most out of your lane, you also want to bully your opponents a lot. A lot. And because you're Shadowfiend, it's easy for you to do that. He didn't do it, because if he did, he would have died. But that's good on you for using your Shadow Race. I think it's safe to say that you won your lane, and you want to pressure Slark some more, because last you saw him he was level 5, right? He just turned level 6, and I'm not sure when that happened. I guess after the previous wave. So what you can do is go ahead and creep clear this wave, like before they came. Before you move back here. Yeah, right there, using your Shadow Raises. So that way you probably will keep your pressure on him. And I think right here is when
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You melee, I'm sorry, your siege creep dies. Had you actually creep clear the wave with your Shadow Raise, you would have kept that siege, and you would have been able to push tower faster. So that's one thing to consider also. Yeah, see right here is when you should raise. Definitely, 100%. Like now you're just letting him like get Essence Shift, and he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. That Slark isn't very good. He's making really big mistakes on his part. But, you know, it's also because he didn't really itemize correctly. Iron Talon, Stout Shield. He definitely should have went with Poor Man Shield earlier. Alright, yeah, so like I said previously, you want to be able to look at your map a lot. So if you're just like AFK farming, well not AFK farming, but you're safely last hitting. Boom, there we go. That's where your creep quit. Use your Shadow Rays to like kill the creeps, which is really good. That's good on your part.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And because of that, he was scared because he had no creeps with him. So he had to back off because he has no backup. That's good. And it's also because like you're at a huge level. And if he comes at you again, he should be dead. There's no way he lives. Yeah, see, had you right clicked him, I'm not sure. Did you cancel? Not sure. Let me see that. Did you cancel? Yeah, it looked like you canceled it. Oh, he would have been dead for sure. I don't know why you canceled it. You probably just hesitated or something. That's fine. I suppose. Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So it's no big surprise that you won your lane here. The Slark was just
middle tower
playing
has
very
fallen.
poorly. But keep in mind what I told you about the use of your spells, especially in your lane, considering your Shadowfiend. You always want to like be positive in what you do. Oops.
Killing spree.
No, I'm getting a message. Right there too. I think you could also just go ahead and use your Requiem of Souls.
No.
But are you down? Let's look at this again.
Killing spree.
Oh, you had vision on the Slark? Yeah, the moment he used Shadow Dance, that's when you should have been ready to use your Requiem of Souls. But did you have mana for that? You did have mana for it. And you also have these raindrops too. Yeah, definitely. I think it would have been easier for you to kill the Slark. But it's fine. He died, so... Yeah, okay, so... It feels like you have this right-click mentality. I don't really think you're taking into consideration like how useful your spells are. But because you're playing Shadowfiend and you get souls and it gets damaged, I think it seems like the way you're playing is like, I need a right-click.
They weren't like that.
Well played. Okay, so your allies are bottom. Yeah, you're not really looking at the map. That you need to try doing that. I mean, I guess like
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
suppose
attack.
because you're in a party, they're probably talking it out with you. They're telling you what they're doing or what's going on. But it's just a really good habit to always go and look at the map and see what's going on. You know, it's also really good because like you also look at their items like.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that's good. You actually looked.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Are you looking at his items? I'm not sure if you clicked on his items, but you definitely need to do that.
Dire's
Sark
bottom
only has
tower
Gloves of
has
Haste,
fallen.
Iron Talon, Slash Shield, and PP. I'm
Radiant's
guessing he's
middle
trying to go
tower
for a
has
Midas,
fallen.
which is very bad on his part. Okay, so generally, I do not really look past 10 minutes of a game, especially for mid, because I usually just look at the early game. So the key things to note about this is that to get most out of your lane, you need to make good use of your spells. You also need to level correctly, because you kept mastering your Necromastery. If you really want to be more optimal, you max out your Shadow Rays, because if you're really looking for damage output, the Shadow Rays gives you that. Level 3, 175 for 90 mana, that's a lot of damage. And even then, at level 1, it's 100 damage. That's still 300 damage plus your right clicks. And your right clicks were like, what, below 50? So it's like 100 minus the magic resistance, so what, like around 95 plus your 40 damage, that's 130 damage you're always outputting per raise and right click. Okay, that's a lot. So these are the things you need to consider too, and also thinking about like when to use your spells. Like remember how I said earlier how if the Slark is right next to their creeps, go ahead and try hitting the creeps to get last hits, and then you raise. You get the gold, you secure the gold, he won't deny you, and you also damage him. He's melee, what's he gonna do? Nothing. Nothing at all. But generally, you played really well this game. I was actually really surprised. You're only 600 MMR, and you can easily go up in ranked if you try playing solo queue. Another thing I want to mention to you is to always look at the map. That's what you want to do. And as for rotations, honestly, I didn't really look too much in the lanes, but if you feel you can get a kill in a lane, go ahead and buy TP from your shop, and whenever the enemy team is pushing to your tower, bottom or top, you're free to TP. Besides, you have Lion. He's the disable for your team, so he can initiate things for you. Well, even Ursa too, since he has like slows. Yeah, you have 2 slows. You have Ursa and you have AA. And you have Legion. You just wait for Legion to get to level 6 and then get easy duels. Alright, but that sort of wraps up about this whole game right here. So go ahead and consider what I said and apply those to your next games. And if you still need help, I'll be here. Or if you want, I can coach you. I'll just be in your party and then watch you how you play. Either or. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone, especially you. Big roll. Sorry, I forgot your name. It's Giantpoll1. Alright.